What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Das. We get it in. But before we get it in, hey, let's get this intro in. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. Whooping. Gracias, right? We're back. Another super gunner, man. This one, I'm still tripping because it just happened. You know, a lot of people like my paranormal experience videos. And I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, people are like, do another one. Do not. Motherfucker, I got to have it before I could do it, right? Like I'm not seeing ghosts. I see dead people. Like I just not, I don't know. Ghosts don't really fuck with me like that. But they're like, fuck that deal, right? They don't fuck with me. But at the same time, I do and I will have experiences like other people. And this weekend was a trip. So have you ever been in a situation where you get invited somewhere and someone's telling you don't go, right? So you don't know. It's like your conscience. It's like a little voice. You just don't have that feeling. Usually you're quick to like, oh yeah, let's party, eh? You know, big old titties, fuck hundreds and fifties, right? But this situation right here, this weekend, it was prior to 4th of July. It was a couple days before 4th of July. I got invited to go camping, right? A camping fishing trip. We were going to stay over in a spot that was in the cuts, right? It was a beautiful, beautiful reservoir. It was beautiful out there. And usually I would jump at the chance to throw fucking my pole out there, to throw a line in the water and catch fish. That's my passion, right? I love it. And I don't want to buy a boat. I don't want to got all kinds of shit so I can fish all the time, right? And I'll be fishing so much, I'll be forgetting to do videos. But anyways, so I got invited and I just had this little feeling like usually I would jump at the chance. I was like, I was looking for every excuse in the book to not go, right? And my peoples kept pressuring me like, come on, man, just come out here. And they went out there before me, like I'd say about the night before, right? They're sending me pictures. Oh, it's dope out here. We're catching a gang of fish. You need to get the fuck up out here, right? So I'm like, at the last minute, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. So I took off like in the evening time, and it was like a 10-hour drive. I was like, fuck it, I'm going, right? No matter what. So I went on the little solo bolo trip, and I'm cruising there. And the whole time I have this feeling. I can't shake it. I don't know what it is, but something's telling me like, you don't really want to go out there, man. I do, but I don't, right? But as I get closer, man, I'm getting phone calls from my people. And this was a trip too. They would have to drive like 15 minutes into the town to even call me or text me or anything, right? So the whole time I'm getting there, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I'm going to know the exact spot they're camped at and where they're at because, the communication game is off. Now, I'm cruising, right? I get into the town that this place is at, but I don't know the exact campsite or any of that. And they haven't been able to communicate that with me, right? So this is the first of a number of experiences that was just a trip now that I think about it, right? So as I get into town, I guess my peoples realized like, okay, they kind of gauged the time. It takes him about this long. He probably stopped to eat, stopped to piss 100 times. He has diabetes, stopped to get a drink, whatever he stopped to do, right? They gauged the time fucking perfectly. So they decided to drive into town because they knew it was already nighttime. They knew I wasn't going to be able to figure it out, right? And it's early it's 2 a.m, I guess, at this time when I finally pull up to the town. So as I pull into the town, right, I'm on GPS to the spot. So I'm thinking, okay, it's going to lead me right there. I'm going to pull up on them. Now, mind you, their phones are not working, so they can't call me to tell me like, hey, we're over here or whatever they said already. That's just what I have to go with, right? And so as I'm cruising, I swear to you, my GPS started going Bermuda Triangle, haywire. It started sending me, it turned blue like on all these different streets, and I'm all in the wrong area. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I had to literally pull over to like a grocery outlet, a store, right? And try to figure it out. I re-put in the coordinates and everything, and it's taking me to wherever. And I'm like, damn, right? So I'm just cruising down the street like, fuck it. I'm going to go to a gas station. I'm going to hit people up where this is at. They're local, so they could kind of point me in the direction. It's early in the morning, so I'm gonna walk up to the fucking glass because most gas stations they're all closed, like everything's closed. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be camping out in my vehicle tonight, right? And as I'm hitting this intersection, my peoples are right there, and they see me and they start waving to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? It just was a coincidence, right? Good coincidence. It saved me from a night in the truck, right? So bam, they're like, we got to go up this hill, whatever. We pull over for a minute at the 7-Eleven. We're chopping it up. They're like, yeah, we got to go over here, here, there. Just follow us. All right, cool. Let's go. So I follow them to the campsite. It's a beautiful area, right? They picked the perfect spot. There's water right there. And immediately my brother-in-law's there and he tells me, hey, fool, if we walk down this path right there, there's a bank right there. We were catching fish all day long off the bank. Let's go throw some casts. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. Fucking catfish, right? But it's dark as hell, like dark, dark, dark. And he has this electric lantern, and the shit is almost out of fucking. It's almost out of fuel, right? It's like it's dying, so it's flickering on and off. So, anyways, we walk down there, just me and him, and he's like, we throw right. He already has my poles and everything because he had my boat. He took my boat out there. So we throw, boom, the poles, whatever. And there's bats flying around everywhere. There's like, all right, look, I got to give you the layout so you know what happened. Where we're at, we're on a bank. Okay, there's the camping area or whatever. You walk down a path and you get to the bank. And it's all water. It's a reservoir. It's real big, right? It's all water. It looks like a big old giant lake. And across from us is a flat dome, like a flat rock wall. All rock. There's no bank right there. There's no trees, forests. Like in the thumbnail, it ain't like that. They generated it fucked up, but it's just all flat rock wall. So there's no way for animals to be up there. There might be birds flying around and shit, but there's no way for there to be animals, for it to be nothing. Nothing's going to be on there because it's all flat wall and water to the wall, right? So at that time, I don't see that because it's dark and we barely got light. I just see what's in front of me a little bit. So we're trying to fish for like 5-10 minutes. It ain't gonna work, right? The lantern goes out. Bam, let's do this shit. Let's reconvene in the morning. So bam, I go set up my little tent, whatever. Crash out. First thing in the morning, I wake up, food's cooking. You know how it is. The homies are drinking already, 6, 7 in the morning. Like, fuck it, we're gonna go fishing on the boat all day. We're gonna go chill. And so we walk down to that bank. Now I see the flat rock. I see everything. Bam, throw the pole out there a little bit. Bam, we're hooking them, right? I'm like, oh, okay, today's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely day, right? If you're a fisherman, you know that feeling, right? Because their motherfuckers throw a pole out there all day long and ain't never caught a fish in their life. So we go down to the dock. Now you have to leave probably about 10 minutes from the camp to get to the boat dock, right? And it's a long line of people that are already trying to get out there on the water. And by this time, because we were fishing for a couple hours, by the time we went to go to the boat dock, it's like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, right? In the morning still. But we get there, and as my brother-in-law pulls the truck back up, the boat, I grab the rope, the homies grab the ropes. Boom, we got the boat right there. We're waiting for him to park the vehicle so he can come back and jump in the boat. And we're gone, right? There's some native dudes pulling up, and they have a nice, clean-ass boat. And I'm like, oh, what's up, what's up? And, pleasantries and all that, respect. And they're like, oh, man, you're going to get out on the water? Like, yeah. They're like, man, we've been out here since last night. We're going to come out later. But they're like, go around this cuts right here. You'll hit fish all day long. And this native dude, straight native, long hair, fucking braided up, just looks like the Redskins logo, right? He's like, hey, bro, fucking, you're gonna catch a gang of fish today. And I was like, cool, I hope so, right? Shit. We go around this cuts exactly where they said, throw our anchors and start fishing. And God is my witness. I was hooking them left and right, just boom, boom, boom. Everyone else is catching them here and there. They're catching them. No doubt. I ain't going to knock their hustle, but man, I was on fire. The best time I ever had in my life as far as fishing, right? So bam, 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 bam. We're catching them. We stay out there all day till about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Come back, and it's like, man, we eat, we barbecue, whatever, we're drinking, we're having a good time. And we get this bright idea, me and my brother-in-law, like, hey, just me and him, like, well, we want to go on the bank tonight catfishing. Because I had caught a couple catfish, right? And because we went from there, so what happened was we went from there, went back, ate a little thing, went to the bank. We were hooking them. I was hooking them left and right still. I was catching catfish, all that, right? And so I'm like, well, we should do night catfishing, whatever, right here. And he's like, yeah. So it's like, hey, let's go into town. We're going to get us little headlamps, the tweaker lamps, the ones that the tweakers be wearing. We're going to get those so we can see out in the water. We're going to fucking plug in the lamp. We got all kinds of shit. We're setting everything up, but we're out of worms, right? Which is what we were using for bait. So we're like, fuck. It's already past 8 o'clock by the time we get to the town. Everything's closed for worms, right? The next day is 4th of July. So everything closed early. I guess they're getting ready for parades and whatever they do. And we're way out, like I said, in a little old bumfuck town where it's a that they're gonna have two cars and a fire engine. There's their parade, and they're gonna shoot a fucking sparkler. Done. So we can't find no bait nowhere. So the only bait we're googling it is, and again, Google everything's like weird in that town. It's like really not working. It's like paranormal shit, right? We finally hit where it says, hey, you got to drive like an hour out of town to get worms. So like some fucking babosos, we go leave for an hour. We drive an hour one way, an hour back just to get fucking 3 things of worms. We're that committed. We're determined to go night fishing, right? We had these big plans. We're going to fish all night, catch big old catfish, all this bullshit. So we went out there. Bam, go to the Walmart. That's where they had them, right? Get our little worms, some more hooks, whatever we need. And we're all happy. Like we're having a good day, right? And so we get back. It's already pitch black dark by the time we did this whole little road trip. So the homies are already drinking. They're already fucked up. They're like, nah, they're going to stay extra day. We're going to leave the next day, right? For 4th of July. We're just going to leave home. So they're like, hey, yeah, we're just going to go fishing tomorrow, bro. Fuck all that shit. That shit took a long time for you guys to get worms and all that. Like, all right, cool. Me and my brother-in-law like, hell no, we're diehards, right? Nah, we got this. So this is where it gets tricky. Thank you for bearing with me and through the story. It's about to get paranormal right now, right? If it hasn't already been a little weird. So we put on our little tweaker headlamp things. Bing. I got mine. Literally, mine's in the living room right now. I was cheap. This is how cheap I am. He bought the headband thing, right, for $15. I was like, I ain't spending for no $15 on no tweaker ass little light, man. I'm gonna get this little clip on like that. The little clip on you put on your hat, ding, and it clips on. When I got up there to pay, my shit cost more than his did. Right? And I was embarrassed to say, no, I ain't gonna get that. So I got fucked anyway. Anyways, that's my life, story of my life. So we get out there, everything's good. But what I didn't realize was when you put these lights on, right? The little clip on light, all the gnats and the bugs getting in your face and shit. Because, you know, so I'm trying to do all that. And so we cast out. We could see everything on the bank and everything, but across is pitch black dark, right? So we cast out, and there's bats flying around. They keep hitting our line. So we're frustrated. Like, we don't know if we got a bite with the fish because these fucking bats keep hitting our line. So I'm like, fuck, man. I want to tell my brother-in-law, like, man, fuck this shit, man. This shit was a lost cause, right? It was a bunk mission. It was no explosive, right? So, but my brother-in-law was like, oh, fuck that. He's a wood. So he's like, no, brother, we're going to fucking keep on fishing till the fish don't fish no more, right? So I can see he's got that look in his eye. He's got the eye of the tiger, right? And I'm over here getting beat up by mosquitoes in my nose and shit. Literally, look, you can't see it, but I got a little bite right here from the mosquito, right? They're fucking me up. And these bats are hitting my line. You can see the bats swoop down through the moonlight. And then something happens. Now, let me take it back before. The night before, remember when I told you I first went out there right when I got there? And he was like, he's showing me. And we threw a couple casts and we were getting bites. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. We'll come back in the morning and do that, right? I was watching the bank on the other side. I thought it was a bank. It's just a wall with water, right? And I seen a burst of light, like it looked like someone flashed it, like a big old spotlight, just real quick. And I seen it, and the homegirl that was with me, right? There was a homegirl right there, and she said, you see that light? She seen it too. I said, yeah, you see that shit? And my brother-in-law and the homies were like, nah, fool, we don't see shit. I'm like, no, for reals, there was like a burst of light. It was a trip. She was like, no, I seen it too. I'm looking right over there. They're like, yeah, whatever. There's no way no burst of light could be over there, fool. There's nothing over there. You'll see in the morning how it looks. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So in the morning, I'm not even thinking about that burst of light anymore. It is what it is, right? But I realized they're right. There's no way nothing can be. I don't know if you've ever been out in the Grand Canyon type shit. It's a solid wall of rock just right to the water. There's no bank, there's no trees, there's no nothing, right? So fast forward back to the night where we're catfishing and the bats are fucking with us and the gnats are eating my eyeballs out, right? We're fishing and my brother-in-law's sitting there and he's looking. Now we got these lights on, right? I got the clip on, he's got the headband light. So I'm clipping my shit. And when I hit it, right, there's like different things. It goes brighter, 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 right? And I get to the brightest and I look across the way. God knows, right? I see what appears to be a figure. I won't say it's a man. I don't know. It was pretty big, right? And it looks like it's all the way across, right? Kind of far away, but you could see it. And about the same time I'm looking at it and thinking like, what the fuck is that, right? Trying to figure it out. My brother-in-law goes, hey, you see that shit? And now I know I'm seeing something. Now he's seeing it. I said, what do you see? He said, it looks like a fucking person or someone standing across with like red eyes. I said, yeah. Now, you know, like when you have the light shining, it reflects like in animals or whatever. And so it makes their eyes red or whatever, or even a person in the night, right? I'm like, yeah. Now, mind you, we're far. This is probably 100, 200 maybe yards away. So you could barely make it out. It's pitch black dark over there. So the light shines though. They're pretty bright. So I could see like the silhouette of the figure with the red eye. I could see it. And I'm like, that's a trip, huh? What is that? He's like, I don't know. What is that? So we're tripping. We got our poles in there, but we're not really tripping off the fishing anymore. We're more looking at this thing like, what the fuck is that? And it's starting to get closer. You know, you could tell it's getting bigger and bigger, like it's walking towards us. Now it's way over there and it's pitch black dark. And we got these lights on it. And as it's getting closer, I'm tripping now. Like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, I can go on a prison yard with a gang of knives. I could be around a whole bunch of gang members with brass knuckles and chains and shit, right? And I'll be like in my element. But when it comes to paranormal shit, I'm good off that. I don't need no smoke. I don't want nothing to do with any of that, right? I'm scared of that shit. And so I'm looking, and I got my tackle box right there. We have this worm thing, like it's a worm cooler, so it keeps the worms good. We got right there. We just dumped 3 new things of worms in with that. We drove an hour for, right? Like we're committed. And I'm looking, and this motherfucking thing is getting closer and closer and closer. And my brother-in-law's freaking out too. He's looking at me. He's like, "Fool, you see this shit?" I'm like, "Is that motherfucker?" And I say it loud, you know, because we're talking. I said, "Is that motherfucker getting closer, bro?" And this thing literally turns around and starts walking back. God is my witness, right? Wait up. I'm going to call my brother-in-law right now. Okay? Let's see if he answers. Okay. Let's see if he answers. He might still be asleep because I think he's still on vacation. It's early in the morning. I'm trying, though. Okay. We might have to do this at a different scheduled time. He's on vacation. He took 12 days off work, so he's sleeping. I wanted him to tell you guys what he's seen, too. Maybe we'll get to that in a part 2. I'll interview him so he could tell you. So, anyways, we're looking at it. Red fucking eyes. It's getting closer and closer. And I said, is that motherfucker getting closer? I said it loud so that motherfucker could get on somewhere, right? If it's an animal or something, but it didn't look like an animal. It was Bigfoot. It was something, right? And my brother-in-law's like, and it turned around. He's like, that motherfucker's walking away, huh? I go, oh, I'm good, bro. I'll leave all this shit here. I don't even need fishing poles no more. I'm done fishing. I'm going to stick to going to the clubs and hitting tortas. I'm good. Like, I got to go back to, fuck this, trying to be white, brother. Right? I'm cool. I'm out of here, Wood. And he's like, wait up. You know what I mean? That motherfucker got more balls than I did. Right? So I got closer to him. Like, bro, what is that? We're tripping and it's just sitting there watching us. Wasn't no animal. Couldn't be. Don't know what it was. A ghost, a fucking bean. I don't know, right? But I was tripping. And as we're walking away, this thing's like moving to the side with us, right? And then we just hit that path and went to the homeboys are all fucking, by this time, they're all laying in their tents and chilling, right? And they're bullshitting. And I'm like, hey, we're telling them what we seen. They're like, you guys are tripping. Fool, you guys are faded. Like, nah, I haven't even drank. Right? I'm like, bro, I don't care what you guys say. Literally, I didn't even sleep in my tent. I went in the back of my truck, grabbed my blanket, went in the back of my truck, locked all the doors and said, this is where I'm sleeping. I'm staying PC'd up in this motherfucker. This motherfucker got first thing in the morning. I packed my shit. I got somewhere, right? The homies are like, damn, you ain't even gonna say bye. Fuck that. You and Red Eyes can stay over there. I'm out of here, right? And I was gone, man. So, hey, now where we were at, it was right off of res. So there's native stuff. And you know, there's a lot of paranormal stuff when it comes to the natives. They got a lot of they pray and there are a lot of their things. So that's the only thing I could point that direction at. It was nuts. I'm telling you, I got goosebumps right now. That shit was crazy. It was nuts, man. I wish my brother-in-law would answer. He would have told you right now exactly what I told you guys, exactly to the T. I ain't firing it up. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I can't explain it. It's unexplainable. There's no fucking way. It's not a forest. There's not like fucking a deer or a bear or a caveman. I don't know what it might have been. A caveman. It was definitely humanoid. It had red eyes and it was walking our way and we walked the other way. And that's the truth. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. This video is sponsored by Barrio Liquors in Turlock, California. If you're ever in the Central Valley, the 209 area, pull up to the Barrio in Turlock and get you something cold to drink. Also by Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in Tucson, Arizona. If you live in the Tucson area, be sure to Google Sticks and Stones Yard Service so he can give you an estimate on some yard work, man. Let's look out. This is the gun. Crazy shit for reals. Bang, bang. I promise you, I'm going to get a hold of my brother-in-law so he could tell you in his own words if he's willing to do that.